you're listening to Support the Dope Radio, and that was Alone by our guest tonight, D Lylez, off the Alone EP. D Lylez, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good.
Grooving to it.
Right. Sometimes I legit forget that I'm doing a radio show, and I have to come back in when the song's over. And that was actually one of those moments. I was like, oh, hey, yeah, support the dope.
Yeah. Right.
So I know just before, I cut you off to introduce Alone, we'd start to get into RnBeezus just a little bit, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. But I kind of want you to talk a little bit about who some of your earlier influences were. Like, who was the young D Lylez listening to? Like, I know that I always hear Neo in his interviews say, because of the tone of his voice, that was kind of nasal tone that he has. Like, his mom specifically went and sought like Michael Jackson, songs for him. Someone else that kind of sounded like that. Was there any artist that you were listening to that you kind of was able to listen to and kind of your influences or kind of help create the sound that you have?
I'll be honest. When out of high school, I'll start in elementary, I was listening to Dru Hill. Dru Hill was the real reason I really started to really sing. I always thought I was going to be in their group, but I forgot how old they were. Like, the guys are like so much older than me, so I'm like, I'm going to be the lead singer one day. I'm going to replace Cisco, and I'm going to be lead singer, but like, it just didn't happen. But I think that Usher, Usher was definitely an influence in my life, and Marvin Gaye in high school was definitely, he's like a mentor to me because I'm still hearing music that's very rare on YouTube that hasn't been released in so long. And it's still speaking to me, like the way that he throws his melodies, the words that he uses to describe his love for women and his passion for just mankind. He was much of a genius. He wasn't perfect, but he still had the mind of a genius. Yeah. And I feel like he still can speak to, his songs can speak to the world today. What's going on is still selling.
Absolutely.
I think it went platinum probably 4 times over now. So I think that Neo is one too. People, you can say I sound like him a little bit. Michael Jackson, I mean, of course, everybody. If you can't have Michael Jackson as an influence just as an entertainer and performing by yourself, I mean, I didn't think that you're really trying to be in the music business. Like, Michael was a big impact on 4 to 5 generations of music. Just alone. I think that R. Kelly, just based upon his writing skills, I think everybody came towards him too. So yeah, but more so Usher and Marvin Gaye. I think that were my main influences.
So who is it that you're listening to now?
Wow, my choice of music now, I'm more so leaning towards, there's a chick that I met in the studio one day. Her name is Alina Perez, and I did not know that she was a singer. They told me she was a writer, but I think a year after that, she came out with a song. She has a few songs called Make You Feel, Show Me, and it's very chill. And I'm leaning more towards that side of music now because it's more authentic to me. I think that my vocal abilities, I want to showcase more of my music side. So my musician side, well, that's how I say. So I'm listening more to Jacob Collier. I'm listening to musicians and singers at the same time. So very chill vibes, very lush instrumentals, in that kind of lane. So more like D'Angelo meets like Justin Timberlake, or like Usher meets maybe, I don't know, like Maroon, or something to give it a little bit more taste. So I'm just trying to unlock some things. So I have to listen to these type of people to unlock it. So yeah.
Right. Do you consider yourself an R&B singer?
I did. I think that the more I grow in music, I don't want to marginalize myself as an R&B artist. I want to be inspirational. I want to be just simply great. And to be great, you have to reach aspects of all music in some type of way, I feel like. So, yeah, as an R&B artist, no, I don't just call myself an R&B artist.
Okay.
I just rather call myself the artist,
Gotcha. So let's talk a little bit then about RnBeezus. Of course, people, people all over actually, our beloved Kanye West as
Yeah,
Yeezus. So
yeah, yeah.
I would have to assume that RnBeezus had something to do with the Yeezus title, or maybe nothing to do at all. Maybe you tell us.
Well, so let me just give shouts out to my producers, Kali, my producers, Oz, and people that helped me, my boy Napalm, and Roshan, and a lot of more people, Stereo, and all the people that helped me out with that project as well as Alone. R&B's is basically, there was a guy that goes by the name of Smino. He's a Chicago indie artist. And we was working out of Classic Studios one day, and he called me R&B's Christ. And everybody laughed at it, right? We laughed. But then we stopped, and we was just like, yo,
Actually,
R&B's is right. Kind of cool, but not the Christ part. But, R&B's is, not to knock the Christ part, but it was just, I don't want to call myself the savior, but I just want to save R&B in the fact that, people today or kids today don't really know where music influence is coming from. Like, we sample a lot of music and, they think that these guys made these songs up out of nowhere. Right. Tory Lanez had to Say It. Yes, and that song has been around since forever. So my point of R&B's was to bring R&B music back to its original form, to remind you this is where this comes from, this is our influences, and this is how we're able to get this across, how we're able to make it sound good, And it's songs on there that was my choice that I love. I had Post Malone on there as references, and I switched it up with Bryson Tiller from my intro. Then I went into Text Me, which is just different entrees from R. Kelly's just Sex Me and I Don't See Nothing Wrong with a Little Bump and Grind. So I took some stuff from there and I kind of made Text Me. Garden, which is featured with my boy Napalm, I took that from Barry White and Elder Barge, and they had I'll Be Sure on there.
Jam. That is like
that was
jam.
like, yo, let me tell you, like, every time I hear that song, when I first heard it, like, I was in the car, and one of my uncle, he had sounds at that time, and Barry White started speaking, and the trunk almost popped off.
Like, you better tell him,
the song was, so it was like the whole song was just sultry. So we took melodies from there, and I took certain words from there, and then next comes Commas. Commas is a very... No, let me go back. It's 7 o'clock on the dot, and then my job top. So I took from Usher, and I made it into just us cruising. Me and my lady cruising around the town. Just lighting up. Taking a sip. Let's just cruise the town. Let's paint the town red. Do whatever we want. Let's just chill out. And then comes Commas. Commas is basically just let's just the dream of a young girl. She just wants to just make love on whatever that's lavish, if that makes sense. So not the commas exactly. And I took from Fetty Wap, I took from a little bit from Twisted, I took from Post Malone. I used some of those melodies. I'm just making these songs familiar so that I keep reminding you that I can take these songs and make them my own. And that's basically what, artists are doing today. They sound original. We're just making them as our own. Right. Good Times, I took that from Michael Jackson. I took Don't Blame It on the Sunshine and Don't Blame It on the Moonlight. I took some of those melodies.
I would sing it with you, but singing isn't my ministry.
It's all right. See, it's all good. But when you singing it lets me know you know the words. See. Right. But yeah, I just took from there. I'm thankful for Tanina Porter. She actually was featured on there with me. She has a wonderful voice, and I felt like she was the perfect fit for that song. And then my last song, which was what RnBeezus was really about. I tend to think that women have beauty in the most mysterious ways. Whether you have short hair, long hair, whether you're dark, whether you're light, I don't think any ethnicity can describe beauty. You know, I think that every woman is beautiful. And basically, before I made that song, it was supposed to be just an interlude. And then I recorded it because my producer, Oz, his sister, was just like, you know what, make a song about me and I love Aaliyah. You know, I thought she was playing, but then I thought about it. Aaliyah, I love one in a million. Mm-hmm. And everybody has love for Aaliyah because she was just the star, the princess of R&B. Right. So why not? And so we took 1 in a million and I flipped it, and we called the song Insidious, Pretty LaRue. The word insidious has a sinister meaning, but it means to be creative and crafty. So if a woman is creative with how she carries herself, then I think that's beauty, you know, and Pretty LaRue means redhead. So it doesn't matter if you do have red hair or, you know, whatever people think of you, like, you're still beautiful, and you need to know that without anybody telling you that. Like, a man doesn't have to tell you that you're beautiful. You should already know that. Mm-hmm. And that was my point, you know, for the song. You know, I love it. I love it. So that's how RnBeezus came about. And yeah.
Yeah. We are going to play one of the songs from RnBeezus for our listeners. Uh-huh. So let's we talked about, well, you talked about everything, but let's start because you mentioned R. Kelly in his song "Sex Me" in relation to "Text Me." Mm-hmm. So let's play that one next.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break and let you guys listen to this next song, and then we'll come back and continue the interview. So coming up, this is "Text Me" by D Lylez.
Yeah.
I can hear it in your voice when you call me. Anything that's wrong, girl, please tell me. You say nothing all the time, and I know this might sound out of line, girl. The way that you stare at me when he's not around. The language your body speaks is he don't take it down. Nah, I don't see nothing wrong with texting me late at night. Yeah, I know your man ain't home, and no, he ain't hitting it right. Baby, just text me when you wanna get freaky. Baby, just text me when you wanna get freaky. I know that you want it. I know that you want it. I know that you want it. Just let a nigga know anytime you need it. I know that you want it. I know that you want it. I know that you want it. Just let a nigga know anytime you need it. Come over here and let me take off your clothes. 'Cause the things I wanna do to you, your man don't have to know. Nah. So lay your body right here, lady, have no fear. 'Cause ecstasy is getting there. Any unexpected position, bring it all to me. Text me all your secret fantasies, I will fulfill. Baby, just text me. Just text when you wanna get freaky. Let me know. Baby, just text me. Let me know.